You
right,
guys, welcome to this week's episode of the pod. We've just had a Super Sunday, which was a couple of good 2 o'clocks, but it looks fit, and an absolute snooze fest of an R4. But there we are. How are we doing?
Good, you?
I'm good.
I live the dream, mate. I tell you what, we might as well. Can we just start with probably the boring game out of the two of them, if that's fair to say? The City Arsenal game?
Yeah, it's definitely fair to say, to be honest.
I don't want to have a bit of a go. I've just come off watching also AFTV, have a bit of a Barney about how they're going to win the league now because they beat City, but I don't think City look particularly good. I don't think Arsenal look that good either. But
No.
I'll let you run through it, Gav, obviously.
There's not an awful lot to run through. The first half was a bit dire. I think there was maybe 10 minutes where it was we attacked, they attacked, we attacked, they, and then after that it was just sort of you have the ball, we have the ball, you have the ball, and it was just fanning about with it. Again, Nketiah, or the Pish, I don't know what he does. I mean, me and you watched it, Jay, and it was just... It's just astonishing of how he gets in.
He lost the ball a few times, to be fair to him.
That's the only thing you've got to say about it.
I thought he was outclassed by Diaz, to be honest with you. I think Diaz dealt with him so well.
Yeah, you could tell. It showed the different level.
I don't want to... I might as well start off with the biggest thing. How is Mateo Kovacic still on that pitch? Me and Gav were watching it. Gav's had about 4 extra stress lines on his fucking forehead, and aged about another 30 years.
It's big enough.
Yeah, aged about another 30 years. Michael Oliver's bottled that, isn't he?
Well, I'm not too sure what he's actually done, though. It's because, obviously, the first challenge, it does look really bad, but it's not as a high... It's not high up in the leg. It's quite low down, and fair enough, it does look bad because Odegaard's ankle goes over.
Yeah.
It is a yellow. It's not a straight red, not at all. But the second one's the same, sort of. The only difference is Rice's ankle doesn't go over. He just sort of goes down.
Yeah, but I think he bottled it, to be honest with you. I don't think it's
definitely a second yellow. It's definitely isn't enough.
Yeah.
The thing that pissed me off watching the game is it's literally happened. Like, it's happened. No, it's fine. Play on. No, it's fine. How can you be so quick to judge that when you're looking from behind? You're not looking from
on it
where
as well,
the
wasn't
challenge has been.
He was set on it as well. Like as soon as he's gone into Rice, I felt like he's blew his whistle. Then went like that. Yeah. No, to everyone. You know, you've not even thought about it. You've just straight away went, yeah, fuck off, lads. I'm not sending it off.
And then obviously VAR can't intervene because it would be a second yellow. They can't intervene with those types of things.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. That's what it's, I don't understand that sort of situation where VAR is meant to assist errors, but they can only assist certain errors. I think if VAR have a look at that, or even I'm surprised none of the linos turned round and said that was a second yellow.
Because they're scared to say anything as well.
Well, yeah, especially after having squint eyes last week.
Well, yeah. No, but it's all right because Mike Dean's they're the referees. They know the rules and regulations, so it's fine.
Going off to Mike Dean, isn't he? Is it because you had to go at your star boy Paul Merson?
No, Paul Merson had to go at him, but he basically said that the players have no idea what VR does and they shouldn't really speak about it. Basically, it's all right.
Just poor excuse, really, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the fact that it's a rules and regulations. We can't replay it, but restart. But it's all the shit. But that's last week. We're on about this week.
I thought City did. They weren't very good. I thought they did all right. When you've got 2 holders in Kovacic and Bernardo Silva, I think they kept me quiet for the majority of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I
think that team was to be got. What I mean is, I said this to you. I think that team was to be got at today. I think if Arsenal went gung ho, I think they could have.
They didn't have a holder though.
That's what I mean.
As you know, they didn't have Rodri, and then Pep didn't really think, Ken, what? I don't have another holder as such. I've really got Calvin Phillips who can play in that role. Didn't play him at all. He didn't even feature. No. And he started Matthias. No, he didn't start Matthias. It was Rico Lewis and in Kovacic.
It was a weird midfield three. It was almost like he put Rico Lewis in cam
Mm-hmm.
and put Kovacic and Bernardo as covering centre mids. It's brilliant to see him do what he does, Pep, but it's a nuts tactic. I can't understand it.
Rico Lewis, by the way, I thought he had a good game.
Yeah, I don't understand this disallowed goal. I must just be old on the rules, but I thought he was allowed to carry on advantage on that because it's an unintentional handball when he's gone down under a challenge. Obviously, Gav was quite happy that it wasn't, and it was given as a free kick. But
I was more happy. I was more laughing at Michael Oliver's just running his hand along the grass trying to explain what's happened.
Yeah, but he's doing that, isn't he? You're like, what do you mean? Like, he's
just to start to play lawn bowls.
I'm going to bring it up because you were absolutely shouting at the TV. Raya had a bit of a
absolute stinker.
You know what it felt like? It felt like what Ramsdale... No, you know what? It's like what Czech used to be like. Every time he got the ball at his feet, he just always like, oh shit, fuck, what's going on? Or where's this going to end up? Czech Arsenal, not Czech at Chelsea.
Right, no, fine. When you
Czech
said
Arsenal,
Czech,
sorry.
I'm like, hang about what?
Oh yeah, no, Czech Arsenal. Every time you got the ball at the feet, it was like heart in your mouth moment. You're like, this is going to end up in the fucking back of the net. It's just going to turn on the pump.
I can't ever tell whether he looks nervous or looks calm. Do you know what I mean?
Raya?
Yeah, because like that one where he's kicked it in Alvarez and it's gone. It must have missed the goal by about a fucking thumb. He's literally just turned around, grabbed the ball off the ball boy, kicked it out again.
Happens. The amount of times that happens and it just ricochets back in the net is unbelievable. So, to be fair, luck was on our side for that one. But I think this has been the worst Avdra played for Arsenal. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's nerves. I don't know if it's he's trying to overcomplicate things. But
is he still your number one? Obviously, had the midweek that went a bit.
Oh, yes, I do. I think he is. But I think if Arteta's true to his word and he goes, it's about competition, who's playing well and who's training well.
Yeah.
Surely Ramsdale needs to have another go of being not number one, but have a shot at starting.
Yeah, I think if he's sitting there looking at that, I don't know how he's not going. Well, can I have a go then? Like,
yeah, definitely.
Can I possibly have a bit of a?
Do you know what I mean? You can't really say anything, or his dad will kind of have a pop at you.
Yeah, I know. Sort of parents' fraternity in it.
But I think I said to you, and I said at the time, it was a turning point in the game. And I don't think I didn't mean as it made us better as such as it did, but it didn't actually change the game. It was still as poor as it was in the first half. But Martinelli coming on, it gave us an extra person. He was the only one that was like, right, give me the ball and I'll run at Walker. Fair enough, he didn't really get past Walker, but he was like, at least I'll attempt it. I'll do something different. And what I've been crying out for the past however long is just get the ball in the box, just shoot. Yeah. If it goes in, it goes in. It doesn't matter how the fuck it goes in, as long as it goes in.
I'll give Arteta props actually. His subs made the difference. I think all four of them were involved for the goal as well.
Party into Havertz to Party to Tomiyasu.
I don't know what Tomiyasu's doing up that far up, but there we go.
Have you watched the replay where it's just kind of focused on him? You just saw in the midfield and he's just sort of toddling up and he gets the ball, gives it to Havertz, and then it's smack Darky right in the face.
I think you had about 10 good minutes just in the second half when all of the subs came on. You had 10 good minutes where you pushed Rice up. And I was like, God, they were pressing like mad into that midfield. It didn't look like Pep had an answer, and Stones didn't sort it.
The problem I have with this game, right, is I watched the AFT thing after the game, and they're all going on about how we broke this voodoo that we can't beat City, and we're going to win the league. We've just beat them and all this. That's fair and well, but it wasn't the Champions League winner team. They didn't have Rodri, they didn't have De Bruyne. Haaland didn't play well. He just looked like he wasn't interested in the game. I don't think Saliba or Gabriel pocketed him. I think Haaland had a pish game.
I saw this on AFTV's fan cam saying that William Saliba pocketed him. I just thought Haaland had a shitter.
I think the only time Haaland and Saliba done anything is when Saliba kind of went shoulder to shoulder with him and fucking put Haaland on his arse.
Yeah, he
Which
didn't
was
really
quite
look at
good.
scoring. I think they could have played another hour, and I don't think he would have scored Haaland.
It's like they were missing that one person in midfield to pick up the ball and just play off them,
Yeah,
like a De Bruyne. But I mean,
think Rico Lewis had a good game. I think Matt is right. I think if you had to pull out one Man City player, I think Rico Lewis had a good game. I think probably you could put. I think you put Diaz in there, but Diaz is always in there, isn't he?
I think Gvardiol.
Gvardiol was class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Sorry, just to say, because I didn't actually realise, because I said this at half time, when they put up the board for Martinelli coming on, they obviously gave their number 17. And I was like, who's number 17? I don't know who number 17 is. Gav was like, oh, it's Lisandro Trossard. I went, oh, they have it the wrong way around then, because Trossard didn't start. He's like, yeah, he did. I was like, I didn't even know he was on the pitch.
I think
I
he had maybe one or two runs, and that was it. And this is the problem I have, and it felt like Arsenal of 2-3 years ago before Arteta came in. It was so lethargic, passing sideways, backwards, until Martinelli came on and he was like, give me the ball and I'll run at them. I don't care what happens, I'll just do something to change the game.
I think you also found out how bad Nketiah's critical thinking is and decision making is in the final moments.
I want to say I've not found out.
I'm not piling onto him because I want to gaslight Gav, but like I think he had 2 shots that both hit the ball boy on the corner flag, and like.
Well, there was one. There was that one where he's got the ball and you went, oh, that looked a bit close, and then you've looked at the other angle and it's not fucking anywhere near.
Yeah, no, hit the corner flag I think, and then the other one where he's going through, and instead of trying to wheel your way through, because you saw Jesus do it a bit later on actually, he goes straight back to back with Diaz for no reason. He's just shielding the ball when he has no other option.
No, do you not know that's how strikers are meant to do it? You're actually meant to shoot with your back to goal. That's how you're meant to do it.
He's actually teaching us a new way. He ran.
Aye, he fucking assisted. That's a goal and assist.
Oh, he did get the assist, yeah. 2 in 2 goal involvement in 2. That's worth 60 million. I was going to ask you a final question, actually, unless you want to bring up something else. But I was going to ask if you had to decide right now, in January, and one of your goalkeepers had to leave, who would you sell?
I'm guessing you're on about Ramsdale or Raya, not anybody else.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, you 2 main.
Ramsdale. I think for what he came in for, you can get a profit for him.
All right, okay.
And
how much are you obligated to pay for Raya?
27.
All right. Oh, okay.
Well, no, we're not obligated to. It's an option. Like it's not if he plays this amount of games, you'll have to buy him. It's if you like him, you can buy him.
Right.
And I think Arsenal will, because if you do, you can just sell one for 40.
Yeah, probably. I think so. No, I was just interested. I don't know what Matty thinks. I don't think he's been that bigger improvement.
Yeah, the first couple of games, I think he has. But I'll let Matty say, because he looks like he's urged to say something.
I don't know. I mean, I think if Arsenal fans are jumping on selling Ramsdale that quickly after what he's done since coming to Sheffield, I think it's a bit of a shame on Ramsdale. I don't think Ramsdale is bad in an Arsenal top.
Would you take Ramsdale over Pope, Matty, or Raya over Pope?
No. I think
I wouldn't either. No, I think you're right. I wouldn't either.
No, the thing is, right, I'm not saying I want Ramsdale gone. The question was, if I had to sell one of them, it would be Ramsdale.
What I mean is, it was a bit of a leading question. What I meant was, right, so I just watched an hour of the AFTV live stream. Look, they've won the league, I think. And it's like the difference from last year was you needed a holding midfielder, you got Declan Rice. You needed a Cam instead of Xhaka, so you got Havertz who runs. And then you needed a better goalkeeper, apparently, from what Arteta says. So you got Raya. I don't think you win the league with Raya. I don't think you win the league with Ramsdale. I don't think it's an improvement. I think they're both the same, aren't they?
Nah, I'd say Raya's a little bit better. Ramsdale is a good keeper. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's utter dog shit.
Do you win a league with him?
We should have last season. Is the thing. So hypothetically, yes, we can. In theory,
Because what
You'll
I mean
have to
is,
wait
I
and
guess
see.
what I mean is, I guess you had a bit of defensive frailty. You've got Timber in. You've improved everywhere you apparently needed to improve, apart from striker. I don't really understand that, but we'll go past that.
It's because the guy's on a ban.
Oh, Tony, all right, okay, I didn't know that. But you obviously you felt the need to replace a goalkeeper who I thought had a good season last season. I don't think he was the reason he didn't win the league.
No, I don't think so either. No, absolutely not. I think what he wants competition with places. Like that's what he wants, but then he contradicts himself where he goes, "I want to. If Ramsdale 1 week is going to do well in training, I'll play him, and then next week it'll be Raya." And it's like,
this is what I was going to get at, right? Because he's prepping all this shit, and I'll put it that way because he was on about the injury crisis that ended up being one player or whatever it was. But like, Raya had a shocker on Tuesday, and he's in the lineup today. Why?
Yeah. I like Cartan. I don't want to diss him, but some things he says, it's like he says it for the media. He doesn't say it for what he actually means.
Surely that causes a lot of unhappiness in the club, though, because you've got two keepers who are very similar in ability, and to bring Raya in to drop Ramsdale, surely that's got to bring in unhappiness in the club, like. Because Ramsdale, I think if a lot of people, if they like it or not, Ramsdale's a stinking keeper.
Yeah, I think so.
So I get what you're saying, but then at the same time, if you bring a right winger in, like I'll say Saka. Well, no, Declan. What I'm not going to name names. We bring another right winger in, who's equally as good as Saka. Saka gets dropped. That should light a fire under Saka and go, Ken, what? I am as good. I can start in that. So you should.
You're not going to bring in a winger.
To be fair, it's only been 3 games.
You're not going to bring in a winger that's just as good. So you're not going to bring in, like, for instance, Vinny Jr. and Neymar. Because who the fuck do you play?
It's hypothetically.
Yeah,
no, but it's hypothetically.
No, I think what Matty's trying to get at is I don't think this strategy made sense in the first place.
How?
Because I understand the argument of like bringing someone that's slightly over their heels. So like when Liverpool had Alisson, they brought in Adrian, right? They can say if people can say what they want about Adrian, he was actually a good Premier League keeper for us. You have City. They go a bit the other way. They have a first team keeper and they have a younger keeper, like you did with is it Matt Turner last year?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You lot have gone, oh, well, no, we ain't going to do that. We ain't going to have a number one and either an experienced geezer that's a cup keeper or a younger guy that wants to learn off him. No, we'll go for 2 number ones. I agree with Matty. I think it will come back to bite you in the arse later on in the season. Because I think Ramsdale, has got to be turning around in the changing room now and be going, I'm assuming I'm playing next week then. Or the next game. Because, I mean, otherwise, what's trying to get the team?
Even though Raya has had 2 shaky games, he's actually been decent now. He actually has. It's only been 2 games that he's been shaky in. To put it as.
You could have conceded 2 goals off a Julian Alvarez press today. Easily. Yeah. But we didn't. I don't know how that's acceptable.
No, but Ramsdale had howlers last season.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, he had at least 2 howlers.
I thought he was the keeper of the season last year, to be honest with Ramsdale. Genuinely, I'm not trying to just back him up. I don't really. I rate Edison, but I think bar Edison and Alisson, I think he was.
If you go about a goalkeeper that improved the team, then yes. If you go about an absolute goalkeeper, it was De Gea.
I think it's mental how you led the Premier League for so long last season, and obviously we look at Arsenal as a whole team here, not just Ramsdale. So obviously you've got in that position of because of the team. And then obviously, you end up falling away towards the end of the season. But then you bring in a keeper to replace the keeper what helped you get in that position last year.
It isn't necessary to replace, though.
Well,
that's the thing. He could be to replace him. It's about who wants it more.
It's just a weird way of doing it.
That's what it is.
So you saying at the moment Ramsdale doesn't want to play?
No, I'm saying Raya could train better than what Ramsdale does. It's under about the coaching team's perception of who's done better. And you know what? It is going to be biased to Raya. Because our goalkeeping coach was Raya's back a couple of years back. So he's
Right,
always,
okay.
he's going to pick Raya. So I think that is why Raya's starting. That's why we brought him in, because they thought, we've had his coach. Look what he done for Brentford a few seasons back. He was brilliant. Maybe if we bring him in, he'll do the same here.
Yeah, what I mean is, I guess the reason why I'm jumping on the bandwagon a bit with it is because, like, that's what I mean, right? So you're so close to winning the title last year, and everyone that was on about that cited the one pinnacle of the moment you lost the title was Saliba getting injured, right, in the Europa League.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't get a centre back in to replace Gabriel or Saliba.
Timber.
Where's he played though? He didn't play centre back when he was fit.
No, so far he didn't. He played as an inverted fullback, but for Ajax a couple of times. Well, no, for quite a while he
I
played
know,
as a
I know
centre
what
back.
you're saying, but what I'm saying is, if you want a centre back to replace Gabriel or Saliba, they need to be someone that's an out-and-out centre back. Surely, you don't get someone that can also be a right
To be
back
fair,
and
you've
left
got
back and fucking.
Kivwa. You have got Jacob Kivwa, who is a bit shaky, but he actually had. I can't remember what game he actually came on. He actually was at pretty decent. He actually looked like he had kind of shook his head a bit and was like, I can't just go lunging into players now. And he was actually pretty decent. I can't remember who it was against, but he was actually pretty decent.
All right, last question: would you take Nick Pope right now for Arsenal?
Yes.
Would you? All right. Okay.
I wanted. No, because when you signed Nick Pope, Matty, we signed Ramsdale the same transfer window. I think. I wanted Pope. I didn't understand why we didn't go for Pope. I felt we could have got Pope. Because at the time, Newcastle weren't doing what they were doing.
No.
Newcastle are still fighting relegation. I thought we would be able to go, all right, Burnley, there's money. We'll just take the player off your hands. To be fair, Pope is England's number one.
Yeah.
He just is. But just before we actually go on to your game that was more entertaining than ours, Walker needs to fucking control himself. There, at the end of the game, there's been a scuffle at the tunnel, and it's been caused by him.
Can I just say he was unreal today? He was unreal today. Sorry, I didn't realise Trossard was on for 45 minutes.
No, I get that.
That's how good he was on that side.
And I understand that players want to win games, and when it's a close game, fair enough, you're going to be upset. But when a coaching member is going up to shake your hand, and you basically slap his hand away and refuse to shake his hand,
is that all that was? I don't know. I have not seen it again.
Yeah, and then obviously the coaching guys went, well, yeah, fuck you then. Then Hollins came in. I understand people are going to be upset that they didn't fucking win, but when somebody's actually putting their hand up to shake their hand, do you not fucking slap it away and be like,
yeah, if that's all that was, obviously I have huge time for Kyle Walker. I think he'll probably when he retires, he'll go down. I think he's the greatest right back in the Premier League.
Yeah. Absolutely,
but
yeah, prick,
he is. Yeah, he has been known though to have a bit of a temper.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And you should tell,
one last final thing on Arsenal. Are you going to win the league?
I would love to say yes, but you know what? History can repeat itself. The fact is, we should have won the league last year. We were ahead of City at this point last season, probably by the same amount of points. City had a shit start to the season last season, and they came good. I don't see why they can't do the same. So they're too strong.
Is that no or yes?
At this moment in time, I don't think so. Not with the way we're playing.
I think it'll drop eventually for you lot. Like,
I don't see us. I see us improving, but if we continue playing this naive way of playing football, it's not going to end well. And Arsenal fan TV need to shake their heads in. If we win a game, it doesn't always have to be positive.
I think it will come about. So I was going to say is I don't think Arsenal are back to their best. I will say that as well. I think they've versed a hugely weakened Man City team. I think Man City team, both the world class players they have, or 2 out of 3, weren't obviously playing right. But also as well, Arsenal weren't even anywhere near their best. I don't think they've got to their best from last year, and yet they still beat Man City and they turn them over. You have to respect that. Yeah. I think Arsenal's test will come after and it is an easy group in the Champions League. I don't care what anyone fucking says. RC Lens, Martin Keown can fuck off. Going to RC Lens away, I don't care. They're a Ligue 1 team. Go name me 5 of their players. Have you spent 110 million on one of them? No. when you lot end up maybe against a Bayern Munich or something, you have that fortnight where you've got a wedge between 3 Premier League games. That'll be your test, in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah.
And I think you'll drop
You got
points because City drop
one of
points.
the easiest groups in the Champions League.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's no, it's not. It's not one.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
the.
Yeah, it
You
probably
have
is
to be
the.
honest. You have to be honest. It is the easiest one. You know what? But when it was drawn, United had a. You'd say United had an easy one, but with the way they're playing, it's not. The way we play, we can play poor and we can still beat them.
Yeah, you.
But
I mean, you lost against Lens, but did you? You probably deserve to win. You know, if you look at the overall game, how many chances you had.
you know what our problem is? When one player goes off, the game plan goes out the window because Saka was in training for the past couple of days, and now he's ruled out in the England squad.
Is he?
He's not in the England squad now. So I'm hoping Arteta's kind of went, but he's kind of played a bit possum and being like, yeah, see his leg's about to drop off, and then he'll be back for Chelsea. I'm hoping so.
I would. I don't know about Matty, but I would look down on him if he's dropped out of the England squad if he's fit. I don't know.
Is it up to the player or is it up to Arteta?
No, it's up to the player. The player pulls out. The club doesn't. The club doesn't actually really have a say. The only reason I know that is Aguerd last year for the World Cup. Last year for the World Cup. He just came back from it was a knee injury. Was it a cruciate? I don't think it was a cruciate, but he came back from a knee injury. 2 weeks in training, and then Morocco called him up. He has no choice. He needs to go, unless he calls himself out. He was never.
The only thing I'll say about Saka is he has been nursing an Achilles injury for months.
No, I know what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, and you'll probably say this as a Scotsman, if one of your best players, so if John McGinn could turn around and went, yeah, well, we've got a Conference League game on the Thursday back, you turn around and go, well, fuck off then. Don't wear the shirt.
No, I get what you're saying. And I think it's a bit biased as an Arsenal fan saying, yeah, I hope it's a bit of possum in it. He's actually fine. But I hope it is the fact that he isn't 100% fit and he needs this fortnight to actually get match game fit again. Because if I'm being honest, it's Chelsea away.
That'll be easy, wouldn't it?
You'd fucking think so, no Arsenal. To be honest, because it's not going to be a great opinion for Arsenal fans. Saka has been pretty poor to start the season off, to be honest.
He missed. To be fair, he went missing towards the end of the last season, didn't he? He's never really come back. He's had a couple of little bursts, but he's not gone back to his best yet, has he?
I think if we play Partey and Rice next to each other, Rice as an 8, Partey as a holder, play Kai Havertz a bit as a false 9, because each time he has played as a false 9, he has actually showed a bit positivity. Because in the Community Shield they played there, today he came on there and he's done bits.
I said this when you signed him, that you either wedge Martinelli and Saka and put Havertz through the middle, or don't play Havertz at all. Havertz can't play in that midfield three. I know you're saying he runs, but he's lazy.
No, coming back, he's a bit lazy. It's the runs off the ball he does to try and create the space is what he's good at. But when he came on for Nketiah, he actually done quite well, to be honest. A few of his passes were good and he got an assist.
It was actually, do you know what it actually was? I don't know if you've rewatched some of the highlights. Do you know what it actually was? If you actually look at most of the last 10 minutes, he was pulling centre backs out of position because he was as soon as he was a centre forward. All he kept on doing was moving over to Walker's side, moving over to Aki's side, and just trying to pull them left and right and create a bit of space.
That's what he needs. He needs the free roam. He needs to do that, and that's what I mean by his off the ball runs. Is because when he does that, you'll have the fullback that will just follow him. And then you'll have Odegaard that can then slot in there and pick up the ball and try and get it in the box. That's what I meant by last week. I just want to clarify, because I've been getting it all fucking week. I didn't mean Kai Havertz is good because he can fucking run.
He just runs.
That's not what I meant.
He just runs.
But, I mean, I'll take a fucking win against City. Doesn't matter how fucking weekend they are.
I mean, you're not top of the league because Spurs are currently occupying that position, which must fill you up with absolute grief. Not that I don't think it will last long.
Ange done this at Celtic. He went on a great winning streak and then he kind of fucked it up a bit. So it's all good. I mean, he still went on and won the league and stuff, but...
Do you think Spurs will?
Oh, Spurs won't win the league. No.
That's fine. That was going to be the thumbnail. If you said that, but that's fine. What we'll do is we'll move on to
if Spurs win the league, I will wear a Harry Kane top on one of the podcasts.
Oh, you've done it now.
I'll say it because I'm not. I know it's not going to happen.
That's getting clipped, by the way.
You can clip it all you want. You can clip it. It's not happening. Maddison gets injured. They're fucked.
I said this. Yeah. Right. We might as well turn to the biggest game of the weekend, isn't it?
I'll sit back now.
Not being biased at all. Newcastle 2, West Ham United 2. Matty, I'll let you start, mate, I think. Because I'm just going to go on a fucking rant. So.
I think for the form that both teams are on, the position of the league they're both in, I think a draw is fair to say. I can only really say it was the referee what fucked the game over. I think he was absolutely dreadful. We didn't turn up first half, even though we had more of the ball, which I didn't think we had until I seen the stats at half time. We just didn't turn up. We couldn't make a final pass up the top in your final third, and it was just crazy to watch because it's not like us. We usually find it pretty easy, but you have improved your team. So I was quite shocked to that, to be fair.
You just looked leggy, didn't you?
Yeah, it just wasn't us. And I don't know if it's the fucking shift we're putting against PSG. It affected us this weekend. I don't know. It could be. I think obviously there's noticeable players missing. Gordon, even Gav, I like it. Gordon on our left wing causes people problems, and we did miss him today. Obviously, I don't think the defence was that bad, if I'm honest with you. Obviously, we're missing Botman, but I hate to say it because I think he should be in the Prem, but Lascelles, his past 2 games he started, he's been actually brilliant. It's like a kick up the arse for him with Botman being injured. We do miss Botman. Obviously, we had one of the best defences, if not the best defence last season. But now, obviously, losing the goal pretty early, only 8 minutes in, and struggled for the rest of the first half. And then same old, past 2 or 3 games, we've came out the second half and just turned it up. And I think that showed for, 40 minutes of 35 minutes of the 45 second half. Going 2-1 up. Isaac, 2 good goals. I mean, very questionable. Questionable.
He did take them well.
How the first one came about. I think Mr. sold his car, just fucking outpowered Tonali. Yeah, he was like a soggy bit of fucking Tagliatelle. So I do see how that's a foul. Again, ref absolutely bottled it today. Bruno should have been sent off. Almiron should have had been carded. And then, mate, I've said it before you even started fucking coming on for you. Kudus is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, to go through it a bit chronologically, Bruno needs to see red. I'm going to keep on saying this until we manage to get, what's his fucking puss called on this pod, the skinhead, Howard Webb. I'll mark my words, I'll try and get him on here, right? Because I'd love him to try and explain that one to me. I know he's just been carded, but then he's done the exact same thing again.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, no, that one's not a yellow. No, that one's not. But the first one is. So you're like, oh, right,
Same with Kovacic. It's identical challenges. I don't care how quick the fouls are. A foul's a foul.
I completely agree.
Yep.
I completely
The
agree.
thing is, right? See if Bruno doesn't get booked for his first challenge, he gets booked for the second one. So I don't see how it's not how he's not sent off. Obviously, I'm not going to be biased here because I support Newcastle. He should have been sent off straight away.
Yeah, it's not a dig at Newcastle because it isn't Newcastle's fault. They're going to take whatever advantage they can take. But Bruno's a definite sending off. If you want to look at Almiron, he's fainted a card at the ref, and then he's decided to pull someone back on a counter. That's technically another one.
He didn't get yelled.
I don't really have a. What I have a problem. Yeah, what I have a problem was it's the consistency. It's like Basuma's been red carded for a second yellow for diving. Paqueta was falling all over the fucking place today, and yet he's fine. Like, I just don't
I
understand
don't
it.
get how the ref can give Emerson a fucking a yellow card for
Going on to the goals.
the booking simulation, and then 10 minutes later Almiron does it and gets away with it. Like, there's just no consistency at all. How's one a foul and the other not?
What they said was the referee didn't pick up on it, and then VAR couldn't say anything to him.
It's just ridiculous.
Which,
See, but this makes no sense, right?
I mean, I can. It's minuscule.
We said this
but
before
why,
the start
why
of the
did they do that?
season. Yeah, this is what I was trying to say before the start of the season, right? It's like, surely, if it should be more of a constant communication between the VAR and the ref on the pitch, in case he hasn't seen
Yeah.
something. It shouldn't be the fact that it needs to be official that it's gone to VAR. Surely VAR can just look over the game and review it independently and then go, I tell you what, by the way, you missed it. There was a yellow there because he's done this.
Exactly.
Or Paquet's just dived. He's nowhere near touched him. Give him a yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to moan at that?
Exactly.
You can't moan at it because then it's the most fairest way of doing it. They can't go, well, we can't intervene at this, but we can intervene at that, and it's like, I don't want to say, because I don't think VR is biased, but it can look one-sided to if it's only gone for one team and they're not doing it for another team, it can look so awful and biased for them. Not saying that VR is biased, I don't think it is. I just think it's fucking broken.
No, it's the people in charge of it. But that's always been a problem. I mean, look at the ref today. I tell you what, underneath his ref kit, he had a fucking Newcastle top on. It was a joke.
It was bad.
The first Newcastle goal was that was the free kick, wasn't it? That Tonali went down.
I think so. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
He's initiated the contact. He's initiated the contact. Why is it a foul?
He's been outpowered.
And then the second one.
So sorry, I was just going to say the reason I think it's a foul is because Tonali is a defensive midfielder, and in the feel he shouldn't go down on those challenges unless there has been contact of some sort, and it's not the way you can officiate a game. You can't go, look, he should be stronger, and he's went down, so we'll actually give him a foul for that. And then with the goal, it's pinged to Bruno. It went to the one that should have been sent off. Dickhead. I mean, we all said it when we were live streaming. He shouldn't have been on the pitch, and it should never have been a foul. But
it's that.
It's a little
that
too
second
late.
goal. It was the Bruno ping over to Trippier, wasn't it? Then Trippier cut it across,
and
he's just sitting there, and he leaves a bit of taste in your mouth because I thought Newcastle. I said this to Matty at the end of the game. We didn't deserve the win. Like, I think the draw was all right, to be honest with you. When you look at the bad refereeing, but it also ain't Newcastle's fault. The fact that the referee didn't take action, so you can't have a go at them. Do you know what I mean? I want to know if you guys think Moyes putting Kudus on the Tonali side of the cam position was that tactical genius, knowing that Tonali was a bit lazy about defending, or was that just old Moyes, the 80th minute, bring him on?
I think, in all honesty, I think because of Moyes' history with subs, I don't think it was genius. I think he genuinely thought, fuck it, I'm going to throw subs on. And it worked for him. Tonali is quite lazy when it comes to fucking blocking shots or fucking chasing the ball or whatever. But I don't think it was genius. I think he literally put on Kudus to see if anything could happen, and right enough, if fucking something did happen, he caused us issues. 10 minutes he played and he caused us fucking 3 or 4 issues.
I would love to see the stats. Did he get? I bet you he had more touches in those 10 minutes than probably Suchik had all game.
Yeah.
I would think quite comfortably.
Just while you're finding that, I want to say my piece on the Moyes sub. I agree with Matt. I don't think it was the fact that Moyes went, Ken, if we play him there, he might be better. I reckon he's went, right, you play in the centre and just do your magic. And Kudus has done, he saw one thing Tonali's done and thought, you know what, I can take him. And that's when he started to do the double pirouettes in the 1-2 off his own feet and stuff. He was fantastic. And he, to be honest, he was the game changer that got you the draw. If he didn't come on, you weren't getting a draw.
I think it's more genius from Kudus than it is Moyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you what, we said this actually on an episode previously. I didn't know where he was going to play because when I looked at him, it said he could play centre forward, well, striker, centre forward, and right wing. And you never really want to replace Bowen, how good he's playing for us. But I think that
Yeah.
might be his position. If playing a cam and playing just a free roam cam, almost what Ben Rama was trying to do a couple of seasons ago, and just Ben Rama's not consistent enough. But Kudus
Yeah.
seems to be good enough to do it in there.
You know what I
Again,
think
to be
it
honest,
is?
Newcastle's a decent team.
I
So,
think Kudos is that young, impressionable player where he's went, right, I've came from Ajax, who are a great Dutch side, and they almost win the title every year. But he's went, this is a Premier League side. I need to step up my game. I want to show why I belong here. Because there would be some players that don't, well, not players, there'll be some fans that didn't know who he was. Obviously, me and Matty watched him at Ajax, and I think Jay knew of him, but he didn't actually watch him. He's trying to show what he's capable of at a very quick pace, and I think he could do it at that pace for years. I think he's a great addition to West Ham.
I've got another gripe. I don't know what he's doing putting Paqueta up front. I just don't understand that. That's fucking baffling.
I think it was panic station.
Yeah, I
100% of panic station. I mean, you go from going 1-0 to actually comfortably winning that first half to then not turning up second, and I think it was panic station. Shove Paqueta up top, and then you brought the subs on, because Paqueta going up top took him out the game. He done fuck all when he went up top, where he was out on the left.
Yeah.
He seen quite a lot of the ball, and he actually made chances. So it was a strange one. I wasn't expecting that. But I mean, it's I think it's great to see Buck and Bowen stay until 2030. But woohoo!
Go on, Gav.
The thing with Paqueta up front is he wasn't able to run at defenders. What he's good at with the ball.
He needs space.
I think the only reason he got put up front was to play off him, and you couldn't get the ball. You couldn't get the ball to him because the Newcastle centre backs were so tight on his arse every time he got the ball. And I think that just shows in that how good Paqueta is. That defenders need to be up Paqueta's arse or
everyone gets touched tight with him. Yeah, everyone gets touched tight with him. I was actually thinking during watching it, if you're gonna put Paqueta, if you want to keep Paqueta on and you want to replace the cam and put Kudus into cam once they've done it, I would have thought keeping Souček on, not putting Ben Rama on, put Paqueta out on the left, Kudus in the middle, and put Souček up front. Just so you have an end ball there. I know I joked about it a couple of weeks ago, but genuinely, he's in goal scoring form and he can header. He's 6'5". I don't know, but I don't know. The problem is with Moyes, he always seems to get out of jail free, and it's like I thought for 50 minutes we were shit. Well, yeah, 45 minutes. I don't think we were particularly good during the second half. I thought we actually let off in the back in the first. But I think Newcastle will be coming away from that thinking, well, how the fuck did we not get 3 points?
I think only from the second half performance though, because we did turn up second half.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Bruno shouldn't have been on the pitch. We all know that. But his ball to Trippier, for Trippier to hit it first time to Isaac was unreal.
It was a good ball, absolutely.
Yeah, just took us apart.
I want to bring up something that's nobody's mentioned yet. The Ben Rama miss.
That was a save.
Yeah, I
Took it
know.
away.
But could he have actually got to it though? Because he wasn't that far away from it anyway. Could he have just flung himself at it?
That's Ben Rama, mate.
You look so happy about it.
Joe White, because I think he's been there 4 years or 3 years now, and I loved it. When he first came, I watched a lot of the Championship. I genuinely loved watching him.
When he was at Brentford, he was phenomenal. And then he comes.
Joe, I think I've realised in the last year he's such a confidence player,
and
especially last year. He starts off really well when he comes on, but West Ham fans, we're so fickle. We were last year. And it's like if he loses the ball 2-3 times, because we are genuinely playing shit, he gets stick. And as soon as he gets stick, he passes it off. He doesn't want to deal with it then.
But then, going back to what you're saying, if you put Paqueta up front, which didn't work, would you swap Paqueta and Ben Rama around? Because Ben Rama is that tricky player with his feet that you could just kind of turn the corner with the ball and just be like, there you go, and you
I
go.
think you've got a couple of options. I don't see the problem with a front four, maybe Bowen up front. If it depends how you want to obviously work a front four. I don't mind Bowen up front, Kudus in the middle, Benrahma on the right, and Paqueta on the left. I don't see the problem with that. And if you want a bit more of a fluid front four, but he won't do that. There's no point in talking about it because he will not do that. Souček will play. We've got Villa. I think when we come back, Souček will play. It won't matter. So
I think that'll be an interesting game.
Yeah, maybe.
I know because both your attacks this season are better than what they were last season.
Yeah, we usually win at Villa though. Villa aren't one of those hunting grounds we aren't usually successful in. We will go into the predictions because Arsenal have Chelsea. I believe at Stamford Bridge.
I think it is at the Bridge. Yeah.
Okay. I'll ask you for your prediction, Gav, because it's
3-0
the league. Chelsea or Arsenal?
Arsenal. Normally, when we go to the Bridge, we are uncomfortable. We don't want to play there. I think seeing Chelsea's performances so far, it can actually give us a boost and go, look. Well, and also beating City, a depleted City, but beating City nevertheless gives you that positive to then you could be like, right, we can go to the Bridge and pick up a result and keep moving forward. I reckon 3-0.
They are also shit.
Yeah.
If they think a win against Burnley, and what was the mob last week? That wasn't Luton, was it?
Nah.
They got a win last week as well, whoever it was. I don't consider them. They're too far down the table to care. Oh, was it? Who fucking cares? They're going to verse you lot. I think they'll get unstuck.
I think 3-0.
I'll happily commit to that. But go on, Matty. I'll let you go next.
2-1 Chelsea.
He's doing it to get you.
Nah, I'm not. I'm not doing it for a bite off a Gav. I just think what he's just said. Basically, they're usually uncomfortable at Stamford Bridge, and I think Chelsea have got something to prove.
Does Nketiah get the Arsenal goal?
Nah, Raya.
You better not be fucking speaking to me.
No, I was speaking to Matty.
Raya to score it.
I'll try and be a bit more diplomatic. I'll say 3-1 Arsenal though. I don't think Chelsea have what it takes to verse Arsenal. As I said, I'll be critical of Arsenal today because they weren't very good, but as well they still beat Man City, and I don't think Chelsea on their best day could beat that Man City team, even without Roger De Bruyne at the moment.
Chelsea are so disjointed is the problem.
Joe, the problem is, I don't know if you look at... I would consider myself quite knowledgeable in football. I look at their team sometimes, and I don't know half their players.
No, I know.
It's like they've done a whip around in the local pub for a left back. I
don't know. Todd Bowley's played Soccer Manager. You know, and fuck, he was good for me. Let's just fucking go by him.
Yeah, he's gone for the most profitable youngsters in the next FIFA. What we'll do, we'll go to Newcastle Palace next, which is after the break for Newcastle. Go on, Matty. I'll let you go first.
No, it's at St James's. Yeah. 3-0 Newcastle. Just because we're at home.
He's loving the clean cut ones, isn't he? Go on, Gav.
2-0 Newcastle. I think at home they're just different gravy. I don't know what it is. They just seem to be able to play there. And Palace, don't get me wrong, are a decent team, but I think they struggle for goals in big games.
Imagine not returning the favour of being a shite bag to him.
I don't need to be that petty.
Oh, here we go. Oh, we're invincible. It's West Ham Villa as well. That is at Villa Park. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll go first.
What's your prediction for the Newcastle Crystal Palace game?
Oh shit! Sorry. Yeah, sorry. 2-2.
Ooh. I like we have the same reaction, Matty.
The reason why, I think it's on the Saturday, and
kick-off, fine.
Bruno will be going to Brazil. For some reason, the South American players always struggle to come back. And you have a lot of internationals now anyway. Was Pope picked in the England squad? I don't think he was he?
Yeah.
Was he?
I think
I
so.
don't know. I think there's completely. I don't think there's a lot of Palace players that are going on international duty, and I rate Elise and Eze, and I think they're too good not to score. To be honest with you,
And
and
Joachim
they're just
Anderson.
horrible to play against. I mean, look at Arsenal; they only got one past them.
Yeah.
And I think that was a penalty, if I remember rightly. But sorry, West Ham Villa. I'm going 3-1 West Ham.
Ooh.
I think it could be possibly a Kudus double and a Bowen
Does he start?
brace. For me, yeah. As long as he gets back from Ghana pretty early on, because I don't know when their last game is before we play. But if he gets back, has a couple of days and he feels all right, and no like jet lag or stupid shit like that, yeah, he plays for me. I think how good he was that final 10 minutes. I don't think you can keep him out of that team now.
I've just checked the stats, right? I've just checked the stats. Souček had 17 touches, I think, and Kudus had 15.
Yeah, I mean, that's just. Gavin, predictions, please, for West Ham Villa.
2-1 West Ham. I think Villa's attack is good. I think they can score goals, but you seem to be a bit more solid. Apart from the 2 goals today that were pretty well worked, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think most of the season you've actually defended pretty decently. For the most part, anyway.
I think Newcastle will be the only team in the Prem that can probably battle us for physicality. But yeah.
And also fucking iron me.
Oh no, he's going for Vela as well, aren't you? You absolute bellend. Go on.
I don't know. If Diaby's fully fit and he's playing, he's gonna have a fucking worldie against Emerson.
Forget us to draw. Right. I said forget the frustration we sent as a 2-2 draw.
1-1.
Oh really? Oh, that's a Moisey back though, isn't it? That's back from international break. Oh, that's a good point on the road. I think over the international break we'll probably do a couple of videos. I want to touch on these referees again because I just think they're getting fucking worse, if that's possible. From Darren England with his eyes like fucking that, with his fucking bendy ruler. We're also going to be doing an overrated 11 and probably a flop of the season, I would think. Which I think everyone bar Gavin's is going to be the exact same one because he runs. But what we'll do is we'll let you all go. Cheers for tonight, lads. And yeah, have a good week off. Probably not really a week off, but yeah, everyone enjoy their international break. Gavin, who's Scotland got?
Scotland have got Spain away, and for some reason we play France.
Oh, that'll be a nice week for you, won't it?
That's all right. As long as Rodri doesn't cry about the fucking grass again, we'll be fine.
Oh, here we go.
We've got Australia.
Yeah, we won't get less stuff in English like he did at the start of the month.
We've got Australia in Italy.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, that'll be easy. I think both of them. But yeah, that's all from us, and we'll probably see you next week. Cheers, lads.